I'm in Iringa, Tanzania, an industrial town stretched along the cool southern highlands of East Africa. I arrive in a bustling town, complete with hustlers and congestion, but also a growing disparity between rich and poor. What better way to start this trip than a visit to the local market, where a gun-wielding guard signals the town's high crime rate. Piled high, the fresh produce is essential to locals who buy ingredients from the market every day. Several restaurants are scattered across the city, but are used mainly by the tourists. Something locals do enjoy eating out though is chipsi mayai, a sort of omelette that is sold on the streets. A nearby shop sells tourist essentials like toilet roll and Coca-Cola. In an emergency, my best bet will be this pharmacy, as hospitals here don't come close to Western standards. There's even a place to buy clothes, jewellery and shoes. Despite the fact I'm almost 5,000 miles from home, I'm soon made to feel welcome by the strong sense of community. Lamek, a 23-year-old teacher, and his family welcome me into their home. I meet his sister, niece and nephews, who will be showing me their school tomorrow. Already I'm missing my own family, but have a good opportunity to reflect. I sit and chat with Lamek's sister and their housekeeper as they prepare a supper of rice and beans over a small fire in a primitive kitchen. As the night wanes away and I get to know the rest of the family, I feel at home, safe and comfortable despite my unfamiliar surroundings. After some rest and a hearty breakfast of eggs on toast, Lamek and I head to the bus station to collect the school bus, which I'll be driving. The bus isn't in the best condition, but despite the slow and rickety ride, we arrive in one piece to Lamek's school, on the outskirts of Iringa, just barely on schedule. The playground is like any other, kids having fun. But then it's time for class. Like any school, some were eager to learn, and some weren't. Though most of the kids seem to enjoy learning, the unfortunate reality is that they're not able to spend much time in school due to limited government funding. Lamek and I soon set off on the bus to collect some water for the cooks to use at lunch. We complete the mission, but at the expense of a flat tyre and a broken undercarriage, which we managed to get repaired. The day had its hiccups, but was good fun. Along a busy road that leads to the capital city lies the rural village of Mwimbi, where people live off of what they can grow on the land. Passing through off-beaten tracks, I find quaint little houses where small families reside. Eventually, I reach the church, where, in this idyllic setting, I'll witness locals as they gather to celebrate God and their love for one another. Dressed in their Sunday best, they come together to talk and listen to one another. Though these people have little, they still make donations, where they can, to their local community, and then the celebration begins in the form of song and dance. I knew these people may not be wealthy, but were rich in love and happiness. I witnessed the wonderful spectacle of the local skilled dancing. Even the youngsters have good moves, and everyone gets involved. Clearly, it's about doing things together here. During my time here, I'll be staying with Pastor Alfred in his home. His daughter, Sophia, prepares lunch for us. A home classic, pasta with tomato sauce and vegetables. Sophia and I then get to know each other and joke around with the camera. Then it's off to see the building of the new school, which is being constructed and funded by the locals. Benson, a local teacher, leads me to where water is collected by the women, who use vases to carry it on their heads. Through the fields, the women walk to where the water is poured onto mud, mixed with cement, loaded into buckets, and then taken to be used by the bricklayers. After helping out where I could, it was time for a nap. I had my own room, but no light or electricity. I decided to take an early night, as I had a long day ahead of me tomorrow. Bright and early, I set off on a long walk to the local secondary school, where I followed a student to observe some lessons. I was surprised to see how many students were in each class, and wondered how each of them would get the help they needed. Speaking to some of the students, I discovered that many strongly value education, as they see it as a path towards a better life. While everything is a bit run down and thrown together, these students are just grateful to have the opportunity for education. It saddens me that this is something many Western students fail to appreciate. The head boy then takes me to one of the dorms, where students can stay during term time. And an enthusiastic music teacher insists I watch some of the students perform the national anthem. Clearly his enthusiasm wasn't shared by the pupils, but nevertheless it was good to meet some interesting characters and to round up my visit to the school. Surrounded by raw nature and exotic wildlife, the Maasai are, above all, a warrior and cattle-rearing people. They cherish and take good care of their cattle. After all, from them they obtain everything they need. And the hunting of male lions by Maasai warriors displays their ability to protect a potential wife. Surrounded by a fence to keep the wild animals away, they live a simple but hard life. After some more eggs on toast, Lamek and I set off on our long journey to visit the Maasai people in the bush, a place far from home that's difficult to reach. We set off up the steep, dangerous mountains and through the winding deserts. This was one of the best days of my life. As luck would have it, the chain came off of my bike halfway through the ride, but a quick call to a local handyman had us back up and running in no time. At the edge of the camp, a tribe leader greets us and drives us in his 4x4 to the camp. I catch glimpses of tribal warriors with spears and traditional robes meant to scare off lions. Hundreds of men, women and children are there to welcome me, and I see beautiful beaded jewelry around their arms and neck. A baby is fed a mixture of cow's milk and blood, an extra ration of protein and vitamins. A Maasai woman is dressed with ornate bracelets, her stretched earlobes adorned by intricate beaded earrings. I then witness the Maasai jumping dance, whereby warriors can demonstrate their strength and skills to potential brides, a sort of mating ritual. The warriors chant, matching the pitch and volume to the height of their leaps, encouraging the men to go even higher. Witnessing the Maasai rounded up my stunning experience in Tanzania. I never would have thought that thousands of miles away from home would be the place I could truly find myself.